UFC 323 is going to be the card of the old head. Now, what do I mean by that? All of our old crafty veterans are going to be getting the job done on this card. And that starts with the main event. On this channel, we start with the main event. We don't beat around the bush. I think Merab Dvalishvili is going to put a legendary whooping on my glorious King Petr Yan. Now, am I happy about this? Absolutely not. But if you're one of those people picking Petr Yan to win this fight, it's a classic overthink. Guys, we've seen this fight before. And I would argue that back then, when they fought the first time, Merab Dvalishvili was not as good as he is now. And Petr Yan may be better than he is now. We saw a better version of Petr Yan go against a worse version of Merab Dvalishvili. And Merab won what? 50-44, 50-45, whatever you had the scorecards. It was a very easy decision for Merab Dvalishvili. And the guy you're looking at right now, the guy who just got a haircut, yes, it looks good. We all know that. Yeah, haircut. I picked Petr Yan to win that fight with extreme confidence. I used to be the biggest Petr Yan glazer in the whole MMA space. I would say he's pound for pound number one. Before that, Aljo knee, of course. But even after the Aljo knee, I was saying this guy's the most skilled fighter we've ever seen. Deepest bag ever. He's the Kyrie of MMA. Number one pound for pound. I was that guy. But guys, you just can't deny Merab Dvalishvili anymore. This guy is unbelievable. And I said after that Merab versus Petr Yan first fight, the way that Merab whooped on Petr Yan, I said to myself, I will never pick against Merab Dvalishvili again unless I have an insanely good reason to. And want to know what's not an insanely good reason? Going against the same exact guy who is arguably regressed. Arguably. Even if you think he's the same version. I think we could all acknowledge that Merab has gotten better. So why are we picking Petr Yan? I see some people saying the activity argument. Merab's fighting too much. Look what happened to Alex Pereira when he fought too much. Guys, Merab is different. He's on EPO. He's on whatever. He's not going to get tired. The volume of fights in 1 year won't be too much. Do not overthink this fight. I see a lot of people getting into the weeds, the X's and O's, the technicalities, saying, oh, Petr Yan could have the advantage in the clinch here. Oh, Petr Yan wins the outside foot battle. Guys, it doesn't matter. You are overthinking it. Just watch the first fight and don't let your eyes deceive you. Or don't be deceived by something that isn't your eyes, because your eyes tell you that Merab was clearly the better fighter. He will be this time as well. Do not overthink this, guys. Merab Dvalishvili will win 49-46. I'll give Petr Yan the benefit of a doubt. In a rematch, he'll do a little bit better. Maybe he'll grab a round, maybe round 3 or 4 off Merab. But if you're one of those people who's counting on Petr Yan to beat Merab Dvalishvili, I think you are going to be very disappointed. Now, with that being said, despite Merab being from Strong Island, or training out of Long Island, I love him. I will be rooting for Petr Yan. Petr Yan is one of my favorite fighters of all time. Once again, he is the Kyrie Irving of MMA. So I love him. Deepest bag ever. But trust me here, Merab Dvalishvili is getting the job done. That's what's going to be your main event. Next up, we have Alessandro Pantoja versus Joshua Van. And once again, guys, I started this video by telling you this will be the card of old head supremacy. And that definitely applies to my boy, Alex Pantoja. Now, this is another example. I will be rooting for Joshua Van to win this fight. I think he's very entertaining. I think he'll be good for the flyweight division. He's super young. I think, what is he, 24 years old? Super young. It would be super fun if he was champion. But he's not beating Pantoja, guys. Pantoja is already the second greatest flyweight of all time. I know some of you guys like to say he's already over Demetrius Johnson. Hold your horses there. It's still definitely Pantoja. But that being said, the grappling difference is going to be too much. We've seen Joshua Van struggle a little bit with grappling in the past. And he's going against what I think is the greatest grappler in the history of flyweight. Alex Pantoja is a problem. So much of a problem that I think he could go up to 135 and beat pretty much everyone there. He's at the prime of his career. He is 36 years old, I believe, so maybe that's one point of concern, but I think this is one of those moments where it is too much too soon for the challenger. I think Joshua Van is still a future champion. He will be a champion at flyweight in his future. But once again, I think he's 24 years old. It's too much too soon. I kind of wish he had one more fight before the title fight, but he did beat Brandon Royval. He's well deserving of the title shot. But Alex Pantoja is going to get the job done. I'm going to say round 4 submission, maybe like a 49-46, round 3 submission. One of those kind of results. Now, is there a chance Van clips him? Sure, but Van's not a big flyweight. He was landing a lot of heavy shots on Brandon Royval and still could not finish him. He does have some knockout power. We've seen it. But I will be rooting for the Cambodian, Joshua Van. I hope he gets the job done, but I'm not counting on it. Give me Alessandro Pantoja, continuing our theme of old head dominance at UFC 323. Next up, we have Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira, two fighters I absolutely love at 125. Brandon Moreno is actually my favorite flyweight of all time, and Tatsuro Taira is my favorite newcomer in the division outside of maybe Joshua Van. But guys, told you once, I'll tell you again, this card is going to have a theme of the old head crafty veterans getting the job done, and Brandon Moreno is no exception to that rule. Brandon Moreno is going to win this fight 29-28. I think he's going to make it look pretty clear. I think maybe Taira will catch him once. Maybe he'll get his back in the first or second round and win a round, but Brandon Moreno is too good, too experienced. I think he is the most underrated fighter in the UFC. I think he's probably a top 40 fighter of all time, maybe top 30. I mean, his wars with Davison Figueiredo are some of the best fights we have ever seen. Arguably the best in-cage rivalry we have ever seen. Brandon Moreno is going to get the job done here. I think he's too quick on the feet. Probably the quickest flyweight striking we have ever seen, in my opinion. I think he's going to get the job done. I like Brandon Moreno a lot. I actually think he is the guy with the best chance at flyweight to beat Alessandro Pantoja. I mean, people don't like to hear it, but he arguably won that first fight. It was super close. I get why they gave the decision to Alessandro Pantoja. And upon rewatch, I also give it to Pantoja. But when I watched that fight live, I scored it for Brandon Moreno. I'm not going to lie. I did. So I think Brandon Moreno is good. The layoff does concern me a little bit. I don't know if he had personal issues or what. I haven't looked into that. But if this is a prime Brandon Moreno, which I assume it will be, I mean, he's 31 years old. That should be his athletic prime. He should be at the peak of his career. If we see the Brandon Moreno that we know and love, he should be good enough to take care of Tatsuro Taira. Next up, we have Triple C, Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot. And guys, I'm putting on my shades for the lock of the card and also the upset of the card. I could not believe my eyes when I saw that Peyton Talbot was a minus 275 favorite over Henry Cejudo. Are you kidding me? Henry Cejudo should easily be the favorite in this fight. I think he should be minus 275 himself. We saw Peyton Talbot have a great performance against Felipe Lima, and I'm not a Peyton Talbot hater. I picked Peyton Talbot to beat Felipe Lima, which most people were not doing, but I can't get that Barcelos fight out of my mind. I just can't. Where he was held down and he couldn't stop a takedown or get up to his feet for the life of him. And now who's he going against? The greatest, most credentialed wrestler in the history of the UFC's organization. Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist. I know a lot of you guys like to say his wrestling's overrated. He doesn't use it in the cage the same way he does outside of the cage. Guys, when he's going against someone like Peyton Talbot, who has shown very, very little resistance to grappling in his career thus far, you gotta go with Cejudo here. Now, is Talbot the hungrier, younger guy? Sure. But once again, this is too much too soon. The old heads will reign supreme on this card. Henry Cejudo is going to give Peyton Talbot a whooping. He's going to win 30-27. I think it's going to be very clear and decisive. And I love Peyton Talbot, but this is not the matchup they should have fed him after Felipe Lima. Give me Henry Cejudo 30-27 by using his grappling. Finally, we've been waiting for him to use it for so long. Henry Cejudo will get the job done. Then we got Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. I will take off the lock shades for this one because I think this is the hardest fight to pick on the whole card. I really have no idea at all who is going to win. Stylistically, I like Jan Blachowicz, but I think he's 42 years old now, and Bogdan Guskov has been on a roll. He looks really good. I know the theme of this card has been old head supremacy. The old heads will reign supreme, so I should listen to my gut and pick Jan Blachowicz, and I think if this is the Jan Blachowicz who we've seen the past couple fights, even though he's on a losing streak, if he's still near that level, I think he should win this fight, but I'm kind of betting on the downfall of Blachowicz here and the rise of Bogdan Guskov, who could be a future title challenger at 205. I gotta trust my brain here. Give me Bogdan Guskov by KO. Unfortunately, once again, I'm rooting for Jan Blachowicz. A lot of the picks I'm making on this card, I'm actually rooting for the opposite guy, but I'll be rooting for Jan Blachowicz. I hope he holds up for the crafty veterans, the old heads, but I am going to be picking Bogdan Guskov to win this fight. So that about does it for my UFC 323 predictions. If you are still here watching this video, you clearly like my stuff. Just drop a subscribe. I promise you'll like my videos. I got a lot of big stuff planned. So yeah, if you're still watching this, come on. Come on. You like the page, all right? Subscribe. Thank you.